Welcome to the Whiskey Vaults.
Nope.
Daniel Rex.
That was super close. Yeah. You almost turned the camera off. Oh, I know it's on the other side. This is Rare Whiskey Friday.
Yes.
And we're going to do a couple of things from a Titan Brendan Kite. And then a couple of things from Titan Marques DiNapoli. Let's start with Brendan Kite.
But
hang on.
But you just passed over the whole
energy. Oh yeah, what we're doing on Rare Whiskey Friday. You wanted me to do it?
Yeah.
Hang on. Welcome to Rare Whiskey Friday. We're going to go through and try a few things. Some are large distilleries. More often than not, they are craft distilleries without a large amount of distribution. If you should be so lucky as to live in an area where you can get your hands on one of these bottles, you are welcome for the review. And thank you to the magnificent bastard who sent it in.
Like 93%.
Yeah, there's a little fumble on the what we're about to do beginning.
Like 93%.
Yeah,
it's respectable.
Yeah, but I get bonus points for flow, because even though I missed some things, It didn't feel like I missed some things.
It was clean.
Yeah.
It was clean.
It was clean.
Daniel, you know what else is clean?
Brendan Kite.
In the distance, do you hear that?
I do.
Could it be?
It is.
All right, these are both from Yahara Bay. We've done these guys before. We did actually several, probably 3 or 4 different things from Yahara. These are in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin. But he sent us 2 different versions of their bourbon. One, a 4-year-old just classic bourbon. And that's why I've got extra clean glasses, because I want to A/B compare.
Ooh.
One, a cask strength, 58% alcohol, almost 3-year-old, selected by Woodman's Markets.
Okay.
So this is barrel 141.
Yes.
We're going to do both. We're going to start with not cask.
Yes.
And then try the cask.
Yes.
Now, is it just me, or does the picture on the front sort of freak you out?
Yes. Is that a badger
It looks
or
like
a
a badger.
Wolverine? It's
Like
a
a honey
badger or a
badger?
Wolverine. No, it's not a honey badger.
It's not a honey badger?
Is it a honey badger?
It might
could
be a
honey-
Wolverine.
It could be a honey badger.
I don't actually know.
One of those like flat f you up mammals.
Oh yeah, the ones that will just take you on. So,
Wow.
I don't know what the mash bill is, but I remember every time we've tried something with them, we thought like, yeah, that's nice.
I got, what is that? Is rosewood a thing? I don't know why rose, I don't think it's a thing.
Rose, but sandalwood. It's a combination.
It's like a rose sandalwood, yeah.
Yeah, it's like lighting an incense stick and then washing your hands with rose soap.
That, and then immediately after that, you go back and you find a vanilla underneath that layer.
Yeah, all of those things. Rose soap, sandalwood incense stick, vanilla cream.
Yeah. And if you jump, you have to jump right back in it. You've acclimated to the rose and the sandalwood, and then you have the vanilla. Wow.
I really love the nose on this.
Wow. I don't know why I've started doing wow. That's a very sweet nose.
Lemon.
Like a lemon candy lemon.
Yeah. Like the sugar dusted hard candy.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that. That's you said this was it's 50%. Not sleepy.
It is tipping its hat in the direction of the eucalyptus grove, but it's not eucalyptus. It's just like nodding in respect.
It's like, sup, eucalyptus.
Hey, eucalyptus. I see what you're doing there.
Hey, you know our mutual friend, Chad.
Chad. He's the best. Our mutual friend. Her mutual friend says hi.
There's like a buttery caramel underneath that too.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. You know what? That's not bad at all.
Oh, whoa. That's weird. That is weird.
Hold on.
That is...
Don't hold on me experience because I've just been smelling so far.
What happened?
That's a different whiskey.
Totally different ball game.
Yeah.
None of the sandalwood, rose, any of those things. The lemon bitterness is in there.
Mm-hmm.
It jumps forward onto citrus and then zings you with this like bitter peel.
I got like I still have like not still have because it's different from what I was getting on the nose, but it's like some apple and honey and a little bit of maybe a dusted cinnamon on there.
Yeah, but way after the fact.
Yeah,
and the cinnamon is dry.
It's late.
Like actual, like when we did that cinnamon spoon thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is dry. No eucalyptus. That's all gone. Imagine if something started to hint towards lemon, then zinged you with a lemon peel,
Right.
and then sort of finished with a little bit of vanilla and dry cinnamon.
Right.
That is bizarre.
So, you know what?
I miss the nose.
Remind me to tell you about my illegal tea experiment.
Okay. Let's try the cask strength and see what happens. I'm assuming this is the same whiskey, just a little younger
But
in cask.
I'm going back to the nose because sometimes once you take a sip, you go back to the nose, and it very much changes what you're getting on the nose. I'm still able to find that cinnamon under there.
Yeah, I mean,
Not that. It was the vanilla. I'm still able
vanilla.
to find the vanilla. Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I'm gonna say, I don't love the taste. I don't dislike the taste. I just think the nose was setting me up for something that I was expecting to enjoy more.
Yeah.
So it's
That's
not.
bizarre.
Yeah, it's not a bad whiskey. It's just based on what it was throwing at me with the smell. I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. It's just okay.
Go to the cask strength, and it smells like what we just tasted.
Oh, the cask isn't really. Yeah.
Yeah, the
It's
cask
not-
is like, oh, there's that whiskey.
That's setting you up for what you're gonna experience.
Well, and we'll have to try it and see, but it sets me up for what I experienced in the last glass.
It would be crazy.
Yeah.
If the nose on this was the taste of the cask, and the nose on the cask was the taste of the 50%.
I hope so. I'd love to see what this tasted
So
like.
this is, this isn't a slouch. This is like 100 proof. What
Yeah.
was the proof on the cask?
58.
116 proof. Okay.
Okay, here we go. Oh no, it really is backwards. Are you getting that? Because I'm getting the sandalwood incense thing.
I do find the sandalwood incense on the taste of this,
Yeah.
but
Love the palate on this. Not a
Honestly-
big fan of the nose.
honestly, the cask, I think it's throwing too much heat for me.
Oh, I love it.
I think it's throwing too much heat.
I see what you mean though.
Yeah.
But I love the palate on this.
Yeah.
Love the nose on this.
So the
Are you
palate
ready?
of the cask, the nose of the 100 proof. Did you really? This is very cool.
Oh, it's the perfect whiskey.
You know. So dumb. That's so dumb.
It really worked.
I'm going to go back to the cask because, again, to your point, I was finding the flavors I was expecting from the 50% 100 proof.
Right.
Those were living in the cask strength.
Yeah.
The nose of the cask strength is what I tasted in the 50 proof. It's this weird flipping. But there, at this point, once you get into the cask, there's so much heat carrying those flavors that I really liked in the 100 proof that it's like, it's too much intensity. I have too much hotness and not enough of those flavors taking up that space. I have too much of the heat dominating
Which one's your cask?
this one.
I want you to try this. This makes the palate really
And you just proofed
remarkable.
it down to,
Yeah, maybe. But like,
congratulations, you made the 100 proof.
No, this just became the best whiskey of the whole setup on the palate. The cask strength, proofed down, opens up all of those sweet sugar notes.
I'm getting like still vanilla in there, but it's like
Yeah.
a walnut vanilla.
And now it comes through on the palate. The vanilla shows up on the palate now. That's the best whiskey of the lineup.
I'm gonna say no.
You still like the palate of that one better?
I'm just saying no all around.
Oh, just in general, not
Yeah.
a fan.
And again,
Preferential.
it's preferential. It's not a bad whiskey.
Yeah.
But where
Right,
my
first
preferences
impressions.
are lying, it's just going too far off of the trail of what I typically enjoy the most in a bourbon. But again, there's gonna be tons of people that like that. So
now we're going to do two whiskeys from Titan of Whiskey, Marques DiNapoli.
Daniel, it is just you here.
I think it's Marques.
How would you possibly know that? He hasn't come yet.
Can't you hear it?
But they all sound the same.
He's flying a mail plane. It's got the little thingy hanging from it. Little balls.
cheers. You magnificent bastards.
We're not doing this one yet because that's last. Let's start with this one. A single malt, 2-year-old from a Washington distillery. Solar Spirits,
Okay.
because they do a bunch of solar stuff
Yes.
for their distillery. But this is an American single malt. Ooh, there's that nose. There's that craft nose.
But combined with a lot of apple juice and cider.
Yes, combined with apple juice cider and a little molasses.
So explain to people what you mean by that craft note.
It's this sort of like cut grass, green, fresh, sappy note. And I think it's coming, it's not asparagus, so I think it's barrels.
I'm getting a lot more apple juice and cider than you are. Because
Yeah.
I think, there's some crafty elements in there. But one, you just don't even like apple juice.
No.
So this is just swinging.
This nose is just throwing me off.
Not landing in your love language at all.
No, not even a little bit.
But I like the juice. I'm fond of the juices.
All right.
Like the homemade apple cider. You ever get some of that stuff?
I have had it hot apple cider, fresh pressed.
Yeah. That could be a good comparison. Like the packets of apple cider.
Yeah.
You open it up, you smell it before you mix it with the stuff.
Oh, you're gonna like the palate. It doesn't taste like it smells, but it does have that walnut coffee thing you like.
Oh, the nuttiness.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I do like the palate. Don't like the nose. Nose is throwing me. The nose is all of those fruit, apple notes. And then the palate has that waxy walnut, nutty finish. And I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want to.
You don't want to smell it.
Love the palate.
Yeah. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It's not very, very complex. It's not like layered and it changes moment to moment with a flourish of weird angles here and there. So 45%. And I see why you and your preferences aren't a huge fan of the nose.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try it because if you are fine with those things,
Right.
this is definitely interesting and got
And I
going on.
don't want to overstate the crafty bit because I think you're so sensitive to that.
I am overly sensitive.
And for me, that was buried underneath the
It's like somebody who hates onions.
Yeah,
Like you can
or
spot it from
cilantro,
across the room,
cilantro
yeah.
or something. You don't like one, you're not a fan of like the apple juice cider type of stuff. Two, that particular crafty thing, it's in there, but I'm not a fan of it either. But it's so underneath the blanket.
Understated.
Yeah, underneath the blanket of these much thicker flavors, fruitier apple, maybe a little cinnamon in there. And then I love the nutty note. On the taste, that's where you find the nuts.
All right, so the next one's a Flaviar project.
Love the taste of nuts.
The next one's a Flaviar project called Son of Peat. Now, you may remember we did this before. And it was also a gift from Marques DiNapoli then, too. However, at that time, he sent us batch 2.
Okay.
Now he sent us batch 1.
Oh, you think maybe...
I don't know how he found it, but he found batch 1. And
Interesting.
this is cool because this is Speyside, Island, and Isla.
Very light color.
Yep. Speyside, Island, and Isla.
Is it cloudy?
48.3. Yes, it is. Very malt, funk, forward, honey.
It doesn't look
Sulfur.
nearly as cloudy in the bottle as it does in the glass.
Yeah.
Or maybe you just gave me like a crow's glass or something. Look at the cloudiness.
Look at the difference.
Look at it. Is this normal?
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you haven't done chill filtration, yes.
But look at your glass.
Yeah, same thing.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
This is batch 2. I brought it down. Island, Isla, and Speyside. Now, I think the Speyside is providing that malt forward granola note.
Okay, so,
Right?
So let's be clear. Put
is
your nose in here as a smoky whiskey. That's
He went, ah!
that's the operating word.
Yeah, but the malt grain note is, I think, coming from Speyside because I'm getting that butterscotch malt barley forward note.
Okay. Now
Then it's just old smoke.
the smoke, and occasionally you'll get the smoky bits so smoky that it turns a corner and it goes beyond like savory meats and turns almost into like a sharp, funky aged cheese. And this is approaching that level of smoke.
Dude.
Tell people what you're doing.
So, do it. So, get it on your palms and then rub your hands together until they're totally dry, and then smell and you get all the left behind oils from the pot still whiskey. And dude, this is all brine and
how I draw.
wood and dense wood fire, not ash. Dense wood fire, damp salt water. Oh, it's beautiful.
Wow. And there's a lot of like forest floor and mulchiness in
Oh
there.
yeah, it's heavy and rich. Oh, right? Come on, who would not want like a candle of that?
Yeah.
Or a little
So are you getting that peatiness that almost turns into like a sharp aged funky cheese on the
yeah,
nose?
absolutely. It's kind of light and lively. There's a lot of Kulila in this, I think.
Yeah.
I think the Kulila, the brightness of the Kulila, I think is what's taking the front stage. I think
you could be
such a blind guess.
I think you could be right. And this seems like, was it 48? I would have guessed. I would have guessed
lower actually.
Yeah, on the taste.
On the taste.
On
not
the
on
nose, I would have guessed a little higher. I would have guessed in like probably low 50s, 50%.
I want to go back and revisit batch 2 now. Because why not? It's not, why would you?
You know what though? If you like peat,
It's a good blend.
it's a nice peat, yeah.
Yeah,
a very
I like
nice
this
peat.
as a blend.
I'm not getting a tremendous amount of.
Oh, it's softer.
Is it?
Oh yeah, batch 2 is much softer. I'm glad they batched these because this is totally different whiskey. Like they let us know. They didn't just try
Ooh.
to pretend like it was the same thing.
Wow. I wonder.
The butterscotch is way more forward. More space side in this.
Yeah, it's way more butterscotch. Also carries some caramel in there. Mm-hmm. Coming off the heels of batch 1 smokiness.
This is the truck. Hang on.
Okay.
This is Daniel. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right, bye.
Okay. She cooking the books? He cooking the books?
He's a working on it.
You cooking the books?
Okay, so the second one
Yeah, I kind of wish we had tried.
in the other order.
Yeah, because there's
It's
so
softer.
much more smoke in batch 1 than batch.
Yeah, batch 2 is more caramel, more cream, more honey. All the soft, sweet sugars.
We may be a little smoke blind because the smoke was so.
No, because if you go back, you can find it again. You're not smoke blind, it's there. Batch 1 was created by a peat head. Batch 2 was somebody who was looking for a little more nuance to the peat.
I wonder why they just don't have them as different releases, like different labels.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Who knows?
They're different enough.
They are different enough to be different whiskeys. Yeah.
I mean, if like the differences you'll find in the bottlings of Lefroy or
Yes,
Ardbeg or
absolutely.
Lagavulin, that's if they can release different bottles, then they could release different bottles of that.
Cousin of peat.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it though. I like it. And is this another situation where we're not sure what was in the blend?
No idea. We just know the general regions where it came from.
Okay.
All right.
Is that all the things?
That's all the things.
I like. You know what I did? I noticed you put the smoky bits on the end there.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're welcome.
That's good.
I just psalmed the shit out of that.
You know what? Chod move.
Such a child move.
Chod.
Chad totally wears a turtleneck. Like there's no question.
Chin in the air.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, good to
And
meet
a
you,
puffy
Chad.
vest jacket.
He was like, Chad, good to meet you, Chad. It's Chad. Charmed, I'm sure.
The pleasure's all yours.
Pleasure is yours. Isn't it yours? No,
yours.
yours, because I'm
Yours, 'cause I'm
Chad. Here's the fighting, stealing your drink.
If you fight me, I fight for a friend.
Steal me, you steal your livers.
And if you drink,
May
you drink with us.